Welcome back to the Pittsburgh Pirates franchise. It's 2027. We're getting this season started off by finishing this series with the Marlins. We'll move a little farther than that, but today is Game 2. The Miami Marlins face off against the Pittsburgh Pirates. We took Game 1. Pretty solid, dominant outing by Paul Skeens. But there you can see, Tarek Skubal's going to take the mound. Leading off is Julian. He had a solo home run to lead off Game 1. Skubal's numbers last year, 12-14, 204 innings pitched, 3.7 ERA, 1.15 whip, 215 strikeouts. I'll take all those numbers. I think we'll get him a couple more wins being on the Pirates this year if he does the same amount of output. But Julian decides to start pretty much the opposite of last game. He tries to do a bunt, flies out to Mountcastle. And that brings up Harrison Bader, takes a ball outside. We got a 1-2 count to him, and you can see the fans, they already like the signing. Skubal throws fire. I think they're happy with what the GM did in the offseason after winning the World Series. But a 1-2 count pitch to Bader, and we see Skubal's first strikeout of his Pittsburgh Pirates career. Bobichette up next, 1-2 count. He goes down swinging as well. Skubal cruising so far. Berger leads off the top of the second, 1-1 count. Nice ground ball through the middle there. That's the first base hit given up by Skubal. 1 on, nobody out. That brings up Brian De La Cruz with a 3-2 count. And the ball is just inside. First walk by Skubal. First jam, he's going to have to get out of here. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Brings up Josh Bell. Lifts one to center field, and Gilberto Celestino gets back to it. He's going to try to get Berger at third base, but the throw is offline. He bypasses the cutoff man. Runners at the corners, 1 out. That brings up Willie Adames. We got an 0-2 count on Willie here. And he swings through a changeup. Another strikeout for Skubal. 2 away. Rezai, I believe is how you say this, flies out to Dylan Cruz playing left field. We got Brian Reynolds as our DH today. And leading off the bottom of the second is Ryan Mountcastle with a 1-2 count here. Nice ground ball up the middle as well, kind of matching what Berger did. 1 on, nobody out for the Pirates. That brings up Ke'Bryan Hayes, who hits one right off the pitcher's ankle. That does get 1 out. Alcantara does stay in the game, shakes off that line drive to face Gilberto Celestino. 1-2 count with 2 outs, and Celestino goes down swinging. Moving to the top of the third, we got a runner at second. Bobichette hits a shot to left field. Dylan Cruz is unable to get to it. The Marlins will plate their first run of the game. It is 1-0. Runner at second, 2 outs in the third. And that brings up Jake Berger. He's 1 for 1 today. We got runner at second, 2 out still. Fly ball. Mountcastle will get under it. We'll get out of the top of the third by giving up 1 run. 1-0. Moving to the 5th inning, Garrett Stubbs hits a solo home run with 1 out. It's 2-0 Marlins. Skubal's giving up a couple runs here, but I think he'll be okay. 395 feet for that. And we jump to a Dylan Cruz ground ball to the second baseman there that bobbles it. That is ruled a infield single for Cruz. Runner at first, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. That brings up Henry Davis on a 3-2 count. High fly ball to left field. De La Cruz goes back, but he's unable to make a play on it. Henry Davis with a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 5th ties the game at 2 each. Clear the deck. Cannonball coming. 96 off the bat, 389 feet for him. De La Cruz with a nice single here in the top of the second with 2 outs. Celestino has to do a little barrel roll there, so that leads to a double for De La Cruz. Willie Adames is up with 2 runners on and 2 outs, and Skubal gets out of it. 2-2 through 5.5. Bottom of the 6th, Ke'Bryan Hayes goes down looking with an RBI opportunity. That's not good. Bailey Falter comes into the game. 17 innings pitched last year. We didn't use him much. We brought him up late in the year. ERA is a little higher than you would expect it to be. I hope we see a better season here from Falter than we saw last year. He was solid for us in the postseason, though. But there's Connie Rezai with a line drive fly ball to center field to make it 3-2 Miami. Not what you want from your bullpen. In the bottom of the 7th, Gilberto Celestino's up with a 1-2 count. Sims is on the mound now. There's a fly ball to right center field. Rezai dives for it, unable to get it. That'll be a double for Gilberto Celestino to lead off the bottom of the 7th. Tramar Johnson's up with 2 outs now, runner at second. Weathers is on the mound, his first pitch. Johnson wastes no time. Left center field gap. That'll be a double for Johnson. And the game is now tied at 3 each. Brian Reynolds, 1-1 count, 2 outs. There's a ground ball. Bell's unable to play it. And he gets to first in time, says the umpire. Very close play here. Let's take another look at it. They rule it a base hit. I think it could have been an error there. But was he safe? Will Miami challenge this? Because it's super close, and I think it could have gone either way. Good call by the blue there. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Nolan Jones 0 for 3 today. First pitch from Weathers, inside, ball 1. We move to a 1-1 count. Weathers' 7th pitch of his outing. Nolan Jones swings through that. It's now 1-2, runners on the corners. A chance for the Pirates to take the lead in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Nolan Jones delivers. Base hit to left field, scores a run. We got runners at first and second, 2 outs, 4-3, Pittsburgh. And jumping to the top of the 9th inning, we have Ryan Helsley with his first save opportunity of the year. He did blow 7 saves last year. What will we see from Helsley this year? Is there more regression? Is he going to stabilize where he's at? Do we expect to get a handful of blown saves from him? Probably. I'm hoping not, but regression's a thing. He's 31 years old, I believe, at this point. It's going to be time to see how he does. Willy Adames leads off the top of the 9th inning. 1-run lead. Can Helsley hold on? First pitch to Adames is low, ball 1. Moving to a 2-0 count. Adames hits a fly ball to left field. Dylan Cruz goes back on this one at the warning track. 1 away. We are 2 outs away from being 2-0. Rezai is up again. He's 1 for 3 today with that solo home run. 0-2 pitch. Swings at an inside slider. 2 away. Top of the 9th. 1 out away. Here's Garrett Stubbs again. He had the home run to make it 3-2. He's got a single here. Runner at first. Tying run is on base with 2 outs. Julian up again here. He swings at a 3-2 pitch, floats it to right center. Celestino goes back, tries to catch it. It's over the fence. Helsley has blown his first save opportunity of the year. 5-4 Miami. Julian's 2nd home run of the season in as many games. Loizaga comes in and faces Bader. There's a fly ball that's going to get down in right field. Nolan Jones gets over there, keeps him at first base. Just can't get out of this inning yet. Bo Bichette up to bat here. 1-0 counts. He hits a shot to opposite field. Nolan Jones goes back. It's going to go off the wall. Jones tries to get it into the relay man here. O'Neal Cruz throws it home, not in time. Bader scores. It's 6-4 Miami. In the bottom of the 9th, we have Henry Davis, Johnson, and Reynolds coming up, but look who is in to pitch, David Bednar. We keep running into this guy lately in the series. He was 40 saves, 47 opportunities last year, same as Helsley. Henry Davis leads off, 0-2 pitch, base hit to right field. Runner at first, nobody out. Let's get a rally going, guys. Tramar Johnson, 1 for 4 today, swings at an inside pitch. Looks like De La Cruz is going to dive. It's off his glove. Runners at first and second, nobody out in the bottom of the 9th. Get the rally going. Let's go. Brian Reynolds, 1 for 1 with a few walks. There's a ground ball in the gap. They do send Henry Davis home. De La Cruz's throw is offline. It's 6-5, nobody out. Runners at first and second. What a shot. 3 straight singles to start the inning. Brings up Nolan Jones, 1 for 4. That's a ground ball to third base. 1, 2. Could have got a triple play there. We're kind of lucky that Berger didn't decide to tag Johnson there. See, this ground ball goes to him. Could have just put the tag on him, but he might have only gotten 1 out if he did that. Jones almost runs this out here. Not quite there. 2 outs, runner at third. Brings up Ryan Mountcastle. Chance to tie the game with a base hit. Swings at the first pitch, fly ball to center field. The Marlins move to 1-1. The Pirates move to 1-1. Well, the bullpen let us down after Skubal goes 6 innings, giving up 5 hits, 2 runs, and 8 strikeouts. We do get 10 more strikeouts combined. But Helsley blowing his first save of the year and Loizaga giving up a run. A little concerned about those two right now. It's just one game, though. Can't get too concerned about that. Brian Hayes, the only starter not to get a hit for us today. We still recorded 12 hits, 5 runs. Home run by Henry Davis. RBIs by Johnson, Reynolds, Jones, and 2 by Henry Davis. Grounded into double play. Nolan Jones grounded into 2 of them. A big one there in the 9th inning. And we see our first injury of the year. Polanco pulled a leg muscle. He'll be day to day. We'll keep him active. Didn't think AAA started yet. I wanted to keep an eye on this. Hernandez wow, 6 innings, 3 runs given up, 10 hits. That's not too horrible. And the next day, we also lose. Oh, we won the first game, lose this one. Wisenhunt goes 5 innings, gives up 1 run, 3 hits, not too bad. We finish off the first series of the year with a 7-3 victory over Miami. In this game, Jared Jones goes 8 innings, 4 hits, 1 run given up, 12 strikeouts. That's 13 for the team this game. Loizaga comes in again and gives up 2 runs this time. Ouch. As far as hitting goes, Ryan Mountcastle gets on the board with 2 home runs in this game, 4 RBIs. Brian Hayes with 2 doubles and 3 RBIs. Dylan Cruz also recorded a double. We end up sweeping the Braves 5-0, 6-5, and 4-2. Let's take a look at the box scores here. In Solometo's first start of the year, he goes 8 innings, 3 hits, given up 7 strikeouts for him. Tristan Beck, another inning pitched, no runs given up still this season for Beck. Home runs from Reynolds, Cruz, and Celestino. And the next day, we see Oviedo on the mound, and he gives up 5 runs. 5 runs in 5 innings. Oviedo, I was worried about. Falter comes in, gets the win. We do hold on to win this one, coming back in the 7th inning to score 2 runs. Helsley does get a save here. Romero gets a hold. Ferguson gets a hold, Loizaga gets a hold, everyone gets a hold in this game. And the next day was Paul Skeen's second outing of the year. He goes 8 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 10 strikeouts. Helsley gives up a run in a save opportunity there, his second save of the year. O'Neal Cruz with another home run in this game. RBIs from Mountcastle, Cruz, and Celestino. Super early to look at this stuff, but we're batting .309 as a team. 3rd in the league. Runs scored, we are 6th. Hits, we are 6th. Doubles, we're 6th. And we are 2nd in the league in home runs behind Toronto's 16 home runs. Cruz has 4 already. Mountcastle has 3. Reynolds has 3. Hot start for the bats. Slugging percentage, we are number 1 in baseball right now. On base percentage as well. Total bases, we are 4th. So far in the air, we have 2 errors so far. We're going to keep an eye on that all season. So we're doing pretty good so far on that. ERA, we are number 3 in the league with 283. Solometo, Jones, and Skeens showing up on there on the top of the list. Super early to look at this stuff, but I did want to take a quick look at strikeouts. That's why we came in here. We are number 2 in the league with 62. The Giants have 83 already. 83 already. Wow. How many games have they played? They played 9 games to our 6. That makes sense. All right. Taking a look so far, the Diamondbacks have started 8-1. We've started 5-1. The Cubs 5-1. Braves are 3-3, and the Nationals. Look at this division right now. Wow. American League wild card there. Just kind of taking a look. It's super early, but it's always nice to see who's got a hot start and who isn't. And who hasn't, I should say. Cubs 5-1. That's a little scary. They're looking pretty good so far this year. Things we're keeping an eye on early on. Nolan Jones batting 190 and Dylan Cruz batting 174. Things we were a little concerned about. Celestino 368. Not a lot of bats yet for the bench. We're going to get Franz in there a little bit and Gehringer. I'm going to mess around with this left-handed lineup and see if we can get some playing time for a few other guys. One thing I do want to do is get Cruz into the outfield. This potentially will be a move for Langford. Between these two here, we might swap out Langford for Dylan Cruz. Yeah, we'll do that right now. We're going to do that for the right-handed lineup. And for now, Langford, he'll stay in the 8 hole. But the left-hand lineup is where I want to make a few adjustments here. I want to put Franz Talbot in as the DH, and Joel Gehringer is going to play shortstop a little bit for us, even though, gosh, Cruz is on a hot start, but I want to get some playing time for Gehringer. Dylan Cruz in center field in this lineup. That's what I want. So that'll get everyone but Mitch Jebb and Endy Rodriguez into a lineup. Really want to get some time for these two here, though this lineup is going to get adjusted a little bit. And no better time than now to do a player lock with Franz Talbot making his major league debut, at least his first start.
And now, your 2019
There it is, Franz Talbot making his major league debut as the DH today, number 23. Didn't we already have a number 23? That's weird. We'll see Tarek Skubal's second start. We'll keep an eye on it throughout this player lock, but it's just going to be at-bats here. You can see we are at Hall of Fame difficulty hitting. Our first live action hitting in this season. We've done the simulations of those first two games that we saw. Number 14 prospect in baseball. Franz Talbot making his debut with a ground out to shortstop in his first at-bat. Still 0-0 in the bottom of the fourth inning. Gore on the mound, 41 pitches so far. Looks like we got runners at first and third, 2 outs. Swinging at the first pitch again, fouls it off. Good timing there. Weak contact. Is that going to get down in center field? It does not. Nice contact there for Talbot. And moving to the 7th inning, it looks like they got an RBI single. Up by 1 run now. Nobody on, 1 out here at the bottom of the 7th for Franz. Fouls off the first pitch. Inside fastball there. A little early on it. Gore still on the mound. 70th pitch of the outing right there. Ball 1. 1-1. Looks like the fans have cleared out of the right field bleachers there. Not super excited to watch their defending champions. I really wish we could modify these stadiums. I want to retire the number 22, add the World Series banner somewhere. Talbot goes down swinging 0 for 3 today. Still a 1-1 game in the bottom of the 9th. We got O'Neal Cruz on first, 2 outs. Talbot is the last hope. Got a good slider to swing at there, but just a little early. It's 0-1 with Leclerc on the mound. Not sure when he ended up with the Nationals, but he's there now. 0-2. A little tardy on that swing. Can Franz be the hero in his debut? 0-2 pitch. Good eye there. 1-2. One-two pitch. Should not have swung at that. That's going to end the game unless some miracle happens here. Talbot almost outruns it, but the Nationals do win in Franz Talbot's debut, 1-0. The bats go cold. Looking at the box score here, we got a couple hits from Tramar Johnson, Brian Hayes as well. Garinger did get 1 hit there. Only 7 hits, no runs. Tough to see Skubal get a loss in that game. Going 6 1/3. 6 strikeouts and 1 earned run. And in Jared Jones' second outing, we lose 1-5. What happened here? Jones give up a few runs. He gave up 5 runs in 5 innings, 5 strikeouts. The bats have gone cold against the Nationals. We're down to 5-3 now, and it is our first day of scouting. So looking at our positions here, we're pretty solid in first base, second base, shortstop, third base, starting pitching. Pretty solid, and right field. Center field, left field, maybe catcher. Left field's fine. Catcher and center field are really the things I want to focus on, as well as always trying to improve the pitching. So we will set the needs to catcher, relief pitching, and center field. So we have the 30th pick of the draft and the 70th pick. I wonder how we got the 70th pick. That's interesting. I thought we were going to lose that because of signing Skubal. Maybe there's a mistake there. But looking here, is this a generational talent here? Starting pitcher, Dennis Kershaw. Interesting. But we're going to have to go a little ways down the board before we get to any positions that we're interested in. And we are going to scout by position here, starting with catcher. I'm going to go international. I think we'll do the same. We'll start international. And over here, we will look to discover some catchers in the international. And finishing off the next week, we are 9-6. We end up winning 9-0 against the Nationals to take 1 out of 3 in that series. We drop 3 out of 4 to the Cardinals, and we win the first 2 games against the Tigers. Taking a little glance at the statistics here, Garinger with 13 at-bats is batting .538. Reynolds is batting .322. Cruz 318, Johnson 288, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. We have 6 home runs for Cruz, 6 for Reynolds. Oh boy. Celestino 279, Langford 258. Dylan Cruz still down at 211. Home runs wise, Cruz, Reynolds both have 6. Mountcastle has 5. Looks like he is in a cold streak, batting 214. We'll let him fight through that. Jamar Johnson has 2 there. 14 RBIs already for Reynolds, having a solid start to the season. And always taking a look at the errors. We do have O'Neal Cruz with 4 errors already. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's not good. And over at the pitchers, so far we're looking at Loaizaga struggling in 1 1/3 innings pitched. Ferguson also struggling a little bit. Avedo's only had 2 starts so far. Might be 3 starts. 7.31 ERA. Definitely keeping an eye on him. Jared Jones about where we've seen him in the past. 21 strikeouts through 16 innings, a 4.86 ERA, 1 2 so far. Looks like Helsley has calmed down. He's got 3 saves now. Did he blow 2? Just 1 loss. Let's see, blown saves. Does that show up? Just 1. All right, all right. Not bad, not bad. Holderman, yeah, and Skeens just 2-0, 20 innings pitched, 28 strikeouts, 1.8 ERA, 0.8 whip. That's what we thought we'd get out of him this year. Not a lot of Romero yet. I'm going to have to take a look at that. We want him to pitch more often. And Tristan Beck just off to a solid start. And looking at our first scouting, we did not discover anybody. Let's, we're going to go through everywhere, try to find some catchers. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at who we've scouted recently here. So we got Brido here. Edgar jumps from 21 to 16 on our board. Carrera goes from 32 to 28, 22 to 40. We're getting a little drop there for Eduardo. Yeah, I think we'll hold pace here on international for a couple more weeks, and we'll get these up to maybe 50% and then figure if there's individuals that we want to focus on. But we're 9-6 and we're in 3rd place with the Cubs starting 11-4 and the Cardinals starting 9-5, 2 games out right now. And with Mountcastle struggling a little bit, we're going to get into a player lock with him. Trying to sweep the Tigers to get to 10-6. The offense so far in this series is batting 203. Wow. 8 earned runs given up by the pitching. That's 203. Oof. We got to get these bats going. Here's Mountcastle. Runner at first. Looks like it is Nolan Jones with 2 outs here in the top of the 1st. That's outside, ball 1. What a pretty stadium. I don't know if we've done any games here. Comerica Park. Nice scoreboard. That's beautiful. Inside, 2-0. Matt Manning on the mound for the Tigers. Is that going to get through? It does not. Mountcastle is retired in his first at-bat. Skeens on the mound today. 4th start of the year. He's 2-0, 20 innings pitched, 1.8 ERA, 28 strikeouts already in 20 innings pitched, 36% strikeout rates. Looks like Reynolds gets an RBI and Jones gets an RBI. We're up 2-0 here in the top of the 3rd. 2 outs for Mountcastle. Can't swing at every pitch, Chris. Come on now. A little late on that curveball. 0-1. Second on the Pirates with 10 RBIs. Just behind Brian Reynolds, who added on to that with his 15th RBI of the season earlier in this inning. Oh, should not have swung at that. 3-0 here in the 6th inning. Outside, ball 1. 138 home runs in 8 seasons for Ryan Mountcastle. That's high, 2-0. That's low. Good eye here. O'Neal Cruz on deck. 6 home runs, 9 RBIs already for him. Mountcastle gets a hold of one here to left field. Is that going to stay in the park? It does. Warning track power there. He's 0 for 3. First time we get to see him in the field today. 3-2 pitch, 1 out. Ground ball to shortstop that O'Neal Cruz bobbles, but he still gets 1 out there. We're going to have to do something about Cruz. He might need to turn into our DH. Should have been out of that inning. They do get a run there. Intentional walk. Oh, come on. We want to bat. Very smart. Very smart move. That brings up O'Neal Cruz, 0 for 2 today. Runners on first and second, 2 outs, and he strikes out. We do get the win here, 3-2. Wyatt Langford with the player of the game, 3 for 4, 2 doubles and an RBI. Skeens goes 7 innings, gives up 2 runs and 7 strikeouts. Game out of first behind the Cubs right now. When do we get to play them? I want to feature that entire series. And it looks like it's not going to be until June, and we get to play them 6 times. So like 6 out of 9 games in that stretch. That's going to be pretty important series leading into the All-Star break there, and then we play them again in August and September, close to closing out the season. All right, and the other team is the Cardinals, Reds, and Brewers. Everyone's still kind of in it at this point, but I want to take a look at this lineup. O'Neal Cruz went, if he goes to shortstop or to DH, Reynolds would need to go back to left field, and Langford wouldn't be able to play because we'd need a shortstop. Yeah, I don't know what to do about this. I mean, he's batting, having a great start to the season. 421 on base percentage and 47 at bats, 14 hits, 6 of them home runs. Let's double check. Oh, let's fix that before we mess up there. We'll do that and that. All right, I want to take a look at the roster, O'Neal Cruz, and make sure we need to go into training, and we'll take a look at O'Neal Cruz here. Oh, does it reset every year? I wanted him focused on this here. Fielding and reaction. Accuracy. Accuracy is not, I don't know if it's, yeah. Man, I wish we could focus on all 4 of them. Yeah, let's just try to get his fielding increased. And it looks like some of these did not reset, but some did. That's bizarre. Geez, Skeen's control's going up still. Scooble's seeing a little bit of regression here. Elsley's seeing a lot of regression, and that's kind of what I was worried about. Let's take a look at how Double-A's started out their season. So Guzman, 30 at-bats, batting .333, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs already. Love to see it. And the other guy I was really interested in is Ricky Robinson, who's gone 5 innings, 8 strikeouts, no runs given up. Only given up 1 hit so far, 2 walks. Boy, might be time to move him up already. And the Pirates beat the Astros 10-3 with 10 runs on 12 hits in this game. Gehringer 1 for 5. Talbot 3 for 5. Talbot 3 for 5, but batting .166. So maybe that'll get him going, as Franz Talbot does get a home run in this game. Mountcastle, Langford, those are RBIs. Wyatt Langford got a home run. Talbot got an RBI. Mountcastle, Langford had 4 RBIs. Dylan Cruz with 3 RBIs. And Mitch Jebb with 1. Dylan Cruz went 2 for 3. Alrighty. How did the pitching do here? Scooble was 7 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs given up, 5 strikeouts, and Tristan Beck still hasn't given up a run. I simulated that game because I wanted to do a player lock with Vinny Guzman, one of our draft picks from last season. Always nice to take a look at these youngsters as they're coming up, and Guzman is definitely one I'm excited about replacing Brian Reynolds when the time comes. He's got a couple years to get ready before that starts setting in. Potentially see some regression from Reynolds pretty soon. Looks like we're trailing by 4 runs already. Look at this stance. He's got his left foot on the line. That's interesting. Are we going to be able to handle that? Or am I going to need to adjust that? He's got 43 contact and 73 power against lefties. Get that contact to improve a little bit. This guy should be contributing in the big leagues before we know it. We got some decisions to make in the next few years, but we go down swinging. The difficulty will adjust to where we need it to be. Still 4-0. We're in the 5th inning here. I might have to back him off the plate. I'm not sure I can handle this. Yeah, I felt like that was inside. Interesting. 0-1. That one's outside. 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Get some contact with him and see how it feels. Get a good pitch here, McGuff. All right, just good contact there, but that'll be a fly out to the center fielder. 0-2 for Guzman. Yet to get a hit this season. Up in the 7th inning. Still 5-0. 1-0. 2 outs. McGuff's throwing a one-hitter against us. Fouls that off. Do it again. 1-1. Just a bit early on that curveball. 1-2. $105 off the bat for that foul ball. Seen a little bit of the pop off his bat there. The vision down to 39. That's something he needs to work on. Yeah, we'll see a couple. It'll take probably a couple years to get Guzman up to the big leagues. Maybe 3. But feeling once he gets there, he's going to dominate. 3-2 count. There's a walk. We got on base.
The first base.
62 speed, 58 stealing. I don't think that's something we'll be doing with him very often. 3-0 count here. That's going to be a walk. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Tillman up to bat here. 0 for 2. And that will end the inning. See if we get one more at bat with him in the 9th. We do. 6-0 now. 2 outs in the 9th inning. Let's get a hit here. McGuff going for the shutout. Complete game shutout. Only 94 pitches thrown so far. Ooh, strike 2 on the inside corner there. And we strike out on the inside curveball. All right, we might adjust his batting stance. Let me know what you think. I do like the uniqueness of it, so we probably will live with it. I'll have to figure out how to hit with Guzman long term. Want to get another player lock in with Talbot before we end today's episode. So we're facing a lefty here. Already down 2-0 against the Astros. Jared Jones is on the mound for us. Franz Talbot's first at bat here. Swinging at everything. We got to slow that. We got to slow our roll. Out of practice after all the time off, even though we played a ton of spring training games. These player locks, they get me sometimes. That was a curveball, questionable swing there. Late on an 82-mile-an-hour curveball. Got to dial in. We got to dial in. 4-0. There's a nice base hit by Talbot. That should be able to get him to second base. He's got some speed. And he's out. Wow. 108 off the bat. I guess that got out to left field a little quicker than I thought it did. Mountcastle gets a 2-run RBI double. 6th inning. We got a runner on second. 4-2 ball game. There's a good pitch to hit. Fouls it off. 0-1. Talbot is our first round draft pick of our first draft. The first player we ever drafted in this franchise. Finally seeing him in the big leagues this year. Not sure how many at-bats he'll end up getting. Really, the performance of Dylan Cruz is going to probably dictate how much we see Talbot this year as he goes down swinging in the 6th. Hey, we're up 5-4 thanks to a 3-run home run by Cabrian Hayes. And there's another single for Talbot. Garinger will stay at second base there. Nice to see the youngsters on base together here at first and second. Nobody out in the 8th inning. Brings up Dylan Cruz. 244, 1 home run, 7 RBIs. Like to see a little more out of him. Want to get all these guys playing time. So tough. And we almost witnessed a triple play. Should have gone to second with that. Would have got the triple play. Runner at second. Henry Davis up to bat. He's 1 for 3 today. That's going to get through. And we chickened out. Would have been safe. We chickened out. Nice hit by Davis.
Up next,
Here's Johnson. He's batting .269, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. Thought we'd see a little more pop out of that bat. It's still early. And that does not get down. 5-4, though. Do we hold on to win? We get one more at bat. It's 5-5 in the 10th inning. 1 out. Runner at second. Solo home run looks like tied the game. We'll have to see if that was another blown save by Helsley. I'm a little worried about the bullpen, to be completely honest. We'll give it some time before we jump to any conclusions, though. Fouls that one off. 1-1. Talbot trying to be the hero here. Fouls off the curveball. 1-2. That's outside. 2-2. Dylan Cruz, 385 with runners in scoring position. Wow. And that's a ground ball out for Talbot. We'll only get 1 hit. 2 hits with him today. Do we get the win, though? We do not. We give up 2 runs in the 10th. Loizaga. Let's look at this box score. Jojo Romero with a blown save, and Loizaga gives up 2 runs in the 10th. We end up losing 2 out of 3 to Houston, dropping us to 11-8 on the season. Wow. 2 games out of first place. The Cubs are hot right now. My goodness. Enrique Bradford Jr., torn ACL. Oh, that's rough. We lose again. We lose 2 to Seattle. We're down to 11-10. What is going on? Let's look at scouting. No catchers being found here. We'll keep trying. And we'll look at our recently scouted here. Getting up to about 35% on Padilla here. He's jumped to 16 on our board. This is somebody we might take a look at. Nothing in the stats really jump out to me. His reaction's pretty good. Potentially going to be a good fielding catcher. Batting wise, I'm not really impressed with that. I think we got a good amount of information there, and we'll figure out who we want to scout later. But we're going to move to the east for catchers here. Let's look at recently scouted center fielders. Here's one that potentially will be when we can draft here. Alberto looks like a great defensive player. Speed and fielding. Not a lot of arm, but this is something I'm interested in. We'll want to get a little bit more info on him long term, I believe. Another one that pops out at us is a high potential guy, but going to need a lot of time to get developed, and he's 21 already. Yeah, I think we're gonna edit this to West and get a little bit of info there. But I think that's where we'll end this episode. We'll get through the rest of April next episode and a little bit into May. Slow start for the team. We looked at those league leaders or the statistics for the team early on. Let's take a look at how that's changed. Batting still 6th. Runs scored, we are 7th. 106 runs. Home run wise, we are 3rd in the league with 36 home runs. Errors, we have 12 already. We're trending towards the bottom of the league again. ERA, we're at 5th. Just kind of interesting. These blown saves are going to hurt us. How many do we have so far? We have 3 so far. Earned runs, yeah, we're doing pretty good there. Home runs given up. We've allowed 30 home runs already? Wow, that's not good. That is not good. Strikeouts, we're top of the league with strikeouts, 186. We knew that was going to happen. Paul Skeens, number 2 in the Cy Young right now. Rodriguez ahead of him, 4-0, 146 ERA. Skeens with that 3.45 ERA. He's 3-0 though. Nobody from us showing up in the Rookie of the Year yet. That'll do it for today's episode. I'm Sox Way Up. I'll catch you on the next one.